fans, do you want to win your share of $100,000? Simply enter the houseofboxing.com Fight Night Prediction Challenge. Compete with boxing fans around the world. Simply head over to houseofboxing.com and sign up now.
This is Charlie Parsons for Boxing Social in association with William Hill and houseofboxing.com. Eduardo, how are we?
I'm very good. What's houseofboxing.com?
A new sponsor.
Oh, congratulations, houseofboxing.com. I'm very well, thank you. Yes, we're done. What is it? 12:15 in Liverpool. We're getting ready to head back south and then on to Cancun after a successful night here in the fight city of Liverpool.
How established of you. Let's talk about it. Jack Catterall, points decision, unanimous over Jorge Linares. I spoke to Jamie Moore, I spoke to Sam, I spoke to Jack himself. Felt that probably could have pushed a little bit more for the stoppage. What did you make of it?
Yeah, I think should have. I mean, I think if we're honest, it was a very accomplished, very neat performance. You know, it was a shutout against a 3-division world champion, but I think he should have stepped on the gas a little bit more in the back end of the fight. I mean, he had Linares hurt in the 6th round, wobbled him. But also, it's easy for us to say when Linares is looking for the backhand, he's a very sharp shooter. He can punch us a bit as well. And, you know, you've got those big fights coming on the horizon. I think he gave him a little bit too much respect at times. But still, very solid performance.
Just backed out my phone. There's a lot of tweets here from Josh Taylor. Lots of laughing faces. Couldn't finish the Sunday roast. Yeah, what do you make of it?
I just think it's the fight to make. You know, we've seen with big all-British fights, you know, they work, they sell, and that one has got a huge amount of bad blood. I mean, Josh Taylor is spiteful in and out of the ring. He'd be brilliant in the build-up to that fight. And I think you need to bring that out of Jack. You know, you're talking about a guy that is quite quiet, you know, is a very slick fighter, but Josh Taylor's going to bring the spite out of him. And if we can't get the winner of Haney Prograis, I think that's the fight to make. And, you know, we've had exploratory conversations with Top Rank, nothing too deep, but next week we see if there's a chance of that fight being made. I think it sells in Manchester, it sells in Glasgow, and I think it's the right fight for both.
It's funny, you made some comments earlier on in the week about potentially getting rid of some fighters if they're not impressing and wanting to see that extra gear put in. We've all been laughing in here all night because all we've seen is that extra gear put in. I think Khalil Majid's the first one that came to the mind, hounding the body like no other under the tutelage of Buddy McGirt. Will Crawler with an incredible performance.
I think it's like, I don't want to just say every fighter's just got to walk down the opponent and beat him up, because as you see, like with Catterall and Linares, you can't necessarily do that against a world-class fighter. But when your level's above someone, get rid of them and get them out of there. And, you know, Will Crawler, I think, was a great example of... Will Crawler could have just boxed his way to a 4-round points victory tonight. But he went out there with bad intentions and looked very heavy-handed, snapped the head back, jumped all over him and beat the shit out of him, right? I'm sitting there going, I love this. Yes. Like, I mean, we haven't signed Will Crawler anyway, but he's part of the family because we love Ant and we'll always give him opportunities. But tonight makes me go, let's sign him. Let's put a plan together for Will Crawler. Let's build his fan base. Everybody that came to watch him went, fucking hell, that was a good performance from Will. Everyone that watched on the stream, oh, we like this kid. It makes a difference. Even Muhammad Ali, who didn't win by stoppage, was trying to force the pressure. You know, and Khalil Majid, great example. Khalil Majid could have won that fight on points. Yeah. But I love what I heard from Buddy McGirt, which was, don't wait. Let your hands go. Walk him down. And it was the volatility and the, like I said, the punch volume from Khalil Majid that wore him down and stopped him. And the difference is between dominate a fight and stopping someone versus just dominating a fight is a big difference in terms of getting people excited and engaged. And you know, again, Jack Turner. Like going there and just fucking smashed him to bits. I mean, he's so exciting, Jack Turner. And it's going to be more difficult once you go through the levels. But when your level's above someone, you can be a little bit more reckless, you know? And I think those boys did really well tonight.
Aqib Fiaz with first career loss tonight. Credit to Reece Bellotti, came back after 3 career defeats and sort of on a bit of a Cinderella man story of his own. Just a word on Aqib first. Not to be, he'll come again. Great support as always.
Just to let you know, it's not Cinderella man story. It's just Cinderella story.
Aqib, there always one, wasn't there?
One what?
Like dig.
No, but it's just there's no such thing as a Cinderella man story.
The more you know.
No, it's just Cinderella story. Look, I think Aqib Fiaz, I mean, was he ready? Was he not ready for that step up? He didn't win, so you might have to say he's not ready, or is he not good enough, or whatever it is. But you got beat, so you got to come back. You got to learn from it. Now you took the gamble. You get an opportunity to come back. You got to build again. You got to learn from it, and you got to win next time out when you're in a test like that. Reece just wore him down, and that was really the championship experience of Reece Bellotti. You know, the times that he's got beaten and come back, and I'm so chuffed for Reece because, you know, as I said to you, it's like a game of snakes and ladders, where he just fell off the board, got an opportunity, gets a win, gets another win. Now he fights Liam Dillian, then he can fight for the European title, and he's a lovely fella. And you know, he was too strong tonight for Aqib Fiaz, and it's got to hurt Aqib Fiaz, and he's got to rebuild, and he's got to go again.
Edward, earlier in the week, I don't know whether it was me being mad or whatever, but I was pushing you and I was hoping that you were going to say, look, we're announcing Ben Eubank Ben on Saturday. Not announced. Where are we at with it? Does it look like December 23rd? What's your current gut feeling?
I mean, we don't know if Fury-Usyk's going December 23rd. We're being told it is, but they'll see what happens next week. So whether it does or not, you know, does that mean we move into January? As you heard in an interview earlier, you know, we are going to move forward most likely with that fight in Britain. And whether that's the 23rd or whether that's the first couple of weeks in January, this week we want to get our heads together with Calla and get that fight moving and locked in. It's time now. It's the biggest fight in Britain, and we want to get it over the line.
Where are you at with the board? Obviously, when this appeal on the appeal procedure came from the board, we were expecting like a 6 weeks maximum. It's still ongoing. Where are you at with the board and Robert Smith?
There was a hearing this week just about the format of the appeal. It's dragging on, and I don't think it's going to be heard till January or February. So Conor Benn is not suspended. He's clear to fight. We're going to do the fight in the UK. It's up to the board if they sanction it. We hope they will legally. I think they have to, but you know, that's their decision. But we will move forward with the fight. I mean, you know, I heard tonight, I couldn't believe it, that the British Boxing Board of Control are actually sanctioning and running the event in Saudi Arabia next Saturday. They're sanctioning a fight between a 34-0 heavyweight, the number one heavyweight in the world, against a man that has never put on a pair of boxing gloves. So it's okay to do that, but you can't sanction a fight between a guy who won his case and is clear to box, and the biggest British fight between two of the biggest names in Britain. So it's frustrating, and there's a lot of ego and pride there. But we've got to do what we believe is right and make our move, and that is to stage the fight in the UK.
Just weirdly, do you have any regret about not going ahead with a foreign sanctioning body prior last year?
No, because that's kind of like the last resort, really. We respect the board, but if they make decisions that we believe is not legally correct or is not, you know, procedurally correct, we will challenge them. Then we will strategise about what we're going to do. And you'll hear about that very soon.
Edward, just lastly, I think Caitlin will like this one. My cousin Steve, a young football coach, his daughters have got a football team and they've got their first ever professional match, Headingham United against Colchester United women. They would like your words of support ahead of their match tomorrow.
Headinghams?
United.
And are they from Cirencester?
No, that's like Essex way, actually.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, well listen, Headingham Football Club, this is a big moment for you. You're making historical strides from the amateur code to the professional code. You are playing Colchester United, just a short drive from me. Leyton Orient used to play them a lot, so they are the enemy. So Headingham United will be locked in, tuned in for a great performance. We want spirit, we want passion, but most of all we want skill and we want class, we want a will to win, and we want teamwork. Live the game, love the game, play with freedom, play with style, play with a smile on your face, but most of all, play to win.
Eddie,
And don't forget, it's her game too.
Eddie, class as always, you have put a smile on my face and made me the favourite cousin, so thank you very much.
That's all right.